from Thailand. This is Leila and I'm back again with another video. For today's content, we are going to do a mukbang and a Q&A. So I posted on Facebook and I asked my Facebook friends what are the different things they want to know for someone who is actually working as a teacher here in Thailand, and we got a positive response from them. And that's the questions that we're going to answer for today's vlog. Now, also for our mukbang, I'm going to eat McDonald's menu right here. Now, I told myself that we are supposedly going to eat Thai food, but I can't eat it properly or I can't enjoy it while we are doing a Q&A, so I just opted for McDonald's instead. By the way, the menu items here are exclusively for Thailand and I'm exclusive to try this one. That's why. So we have here fries, we have cheese sticks, we have this is chicken burger, we have nuggets, and then we have the Oreo pie, and I've got some iced coffee right here. So without further ado, let's start. Before we proceed to answering the questions that were asked, let me first do an introduction. Hi, I'm Leila. For those of you who don't know, I've been working here in Thailand for almost 2 years now. I work as a teacher. I teach English for primary students. So let's now start answering the questions. There are actually several people who are interested to work here as a teacher in Thailand. And the question number 1 is from Maria Alexandria. Hello, ate. Pure English po ba ang tinuturo nyo? Paano po kayo natuto sa language nila? Well, yes, the instructional medium that we use in teaching the Thai students is English because we are English teachers here. Although some are teaching science, maths, computer subject, the language that they use is still English. But you can actually use a little bit of Thai because you know Thai students, most of them cannot actually speak English. So it is an advantage if you know how to speak their language. And for the second question, paano po kayo natuto sa language nila? Well, I'm already living here for almost 2 years now and I'm still learning to learn their language because it's not easy. So I know like a little bit of phrases, most words that you use at like school, for example, like keep quiet, sit down, but other than that, napaka-limited lang ng Thai na alam ko. The second question is from Marimar. Girl, kahit sino pwede, I'll try. Charot. Yes. So for those of you who don't know, I actually am not a teacher by profession. I actually hold a degree in animal husbandry, but I was qualified to become a teacher here in Thailand for as long as you have a bachelor's degree. Take note, even though you are not an education graduate, it's okay for you to work here in Thailand for as long as you have a 4-year bachelor's degree. Because if you don't have a bachelor's degree, they will not be able to give you a temporary teaching license. Okay? The next question is from Glaynard. Kahit MAPE major, Miss Press? Yes. Even if you're a MAPE major, science major, Filipino major, TLE major. I actually know some Filipinos here that are major in TLE, but they are working as an English teacher here. But it is an advantage. Let's say, for example, you are a science teacher and then there is a vacancy for a science teacher in Thailand. It's really an advantage because like some schools are looking for science majors if the vacancy is for science teacher. But even if you're a MAPE major, it's possible for you to work in Thailand as an English teacher. The next few questions are from Ken Bagwatan. The first question is, how did you get there? I mean, do you have an agency that helped you to find your job? Well, let me first answer the first question. How did I get here? Well, I came here November 2019 and wala pang COVID that time. Now, like most Filipinos, I came here tourist, as a tourist in Thailand. I entered the country as a tourist and then I found a job. Now, the second question is that, do you have an agency? Well, unfortunately now, there are still no agency which is affiliate from Philippines to Thailand. Like an agency na nagsisend ng mga Filipino teachers here in Thailand. Usually, DIY lang talaga, like do it yourself. Na ikaw maghahanap ng employer mo, ikaw yung mag-apply and pupunta ka dito. The second question from him is that, does the elementary or preschool teachers still in demand? Yes, particularly elementary and preschool teachers, because most of the teachers that actually are working here in Thailand are working in elementary or in primary, and then in preschool or in kindergarten. I myself is a primary teacher here. The next one is, what kind of visa you have to get in order for you to apply a job? Tourist visa or directed to working visa? Just like what I've said a while ago, I came here as a tourist and there is no way that you can come here as a work permit holder. Like, as far as I know. Kasi talaga, lahat ng mga Pilipino dito pupunta ng tourist, mag-a-apply sila ng trabaho sa mga school at pag natanggap sila, doon lang sila mabibigyan ng work permit. Because take note guys, yung mga work permit na ini-issue sa amin ay employer specific. Which means that if I hold work permit, sa isang school lang yon, hindi ako pwedeng magtrabaho sa panibagong school. If I decide na iwan yung school ko, which owns my work permit or yung nag-asikaso ng work permit ko, I have to cut it again and then apply for a new one. The third question is that, the fourth question, is it possible to go there and apply even we're still in the middle of pandemic? Well, for the first question, is it possible to go there? Yes, it is possible, but the big but is that malaking pera po yung magagastos natin. Kasi nga, like especially in our time right now, pandemic, COVID and everything, nire-require nila lahat ng papasok dito na magkaroon ng quarantine and to buy the insurance, and let me tell you, it's not cheap, guys. And then the next one is, apply even we're still in the middle of pandemic. So it's really possible if you really have the will, and especially for those Filipinos na most cases talaga ng mga Filipino sa bumabalik dito is that nagbakasyon sila sa Pilipinas and then hindi na sila nakabalik agad dahil sa pandemic. So meaning some of them still have a valid work permit kaya pinapayagan silang makapasok here. Now before I proceed to answering the next questions guys, kain muna tayo. Let's start off with this one. Actually, nakagatan ko na siya. This is the cheese sticks from McDonald's. And it's okay. It's not the best. Hindi siya yung pag kinagat mo, hihilain mo. Ganon, hindi. Hindi siya ganon. We also have some fries na malamig na. And then my favorite. This is my favorite. Every time I order the McNuggets, I always get their barbecue sauce because it's super yum, but I can't open it. Ay. Yan. There you go. Kain tayo ng nuggets. You know what? Kwento lang. When I was younger, I really love McNuggets. Like super. Ito lang yung ordering ko sa McDo. Kain-kain mo lang tayo para hindi boring, diba? Tsaka nakakapagod magsalita, guys. Now, let's answer the next questions. Several people asked the question, how, which is a very broad question. Now, if you are asking, how did I came here? As I mentioned a while ago, I came here as a tourist, which is way back November 2019, before COVID hit the whole world. And for the next question, if you're asking how did I became a teacher here or how did I found my job, well, if I can remember it correctly, I landed in Thailand last November 2019. That was Sunday. And then Monday, my good friend Irish referred me to her school because they are needing one science teacher because one Filipina teacher did not report sa school na nila for 2 weeks that time. So they are really urgently in need of a teacher. So I came there Monday, I filled out the form, I was asked to come back on Tuesday, I did the class demonstration, and then I started on Wednesday. So technically, I already got the job even when I was still in the Philippines because flight ko that time, Sunday, they are already asking me to prepare things for my demo. Kasi parang sure na talaga yung job for me because 2 weeks na hindi nagre-report yung teacher and walang nagtuturo dun sa mga bata. Yeah, so that's how I got my first job, which is very lucky of me because I came in November. It's already in the middle of the semester and usually schools are really not hiring during that time. But since merong teacher na hindi na pumasok, kailangan nilang ng someone na mag-fill in dun sa position. Yeah. So the next one is this one. Pwede na ba mag-flight now? Ano mga needs? If not, may idea ka ba when? Well, based on what I've seen sa mga Filipino community here in Thailand, marami naman actually na pumapasok here in Thailand. But most of them is yung mga meron na talagang work permit dito sa Thailand. And yes, pwede, pero kailangan mo nga talagang maglabas ng malaking pera. If not naman, may idea ka ba when? Honestly, no one can tell. Because madaming beses na nagsabi ang Thailand na i-open nila yung borders nila for tourists again, but hindi siya natuloy because currently now, we are experiencing third wave. They told the public that one of the tourist places here in Thailand will open on June 1, but still, wala naman talagang nangyayari. So, there is no specific timeline kung kailan talaga babalik lahat sa normal. The next one is, what level do you teach? I teach primary 1 to 6. When you say primary, it's like elementary in the Philippines. Next one is workload. Now, if I were to compare the workload in the Philippines and in Thailand, I have not been a teacher in the Philippines, but based on the statements ng aking mga colleagues na teacher talaga sa Philippines, mas madaling magturo here sa Thailand compare sa Pilipinas. Pero depende pa din yan sa school. Just like my cousin, for example, she's been working here in Thailand for almost 3 years now at napakagaan ang trabaho niya. Every day, she just teaches her children or students 45 minutes. But as for me, I have 18 units of workload each week. Yeah. And as for the lesson plan, hindi talaga sila ganun ka-strict. Hindi daw kasing hirap ng mga lesson plan na ginagawa ng mga teachers sa Pilipinas. The next one is from Glennie Ann, permanent na ba agad or contractual? Well, it's actually contractual. When I started, that was, November nga. And then, after a few months ko pa actually nakuha yung aking work permit kasi matagal talaga mag-process ng work permit, guys. Kapag nag-process ka ng work permit, i-apply pa ng school mo yung teaching license mo. Magkakaroon pa ng mga assessment from their labor office kung qualified ka ba talaga. Of course, magkakaroon ka ng medical. And kailangan mo pang mag-take ng mga TOEIC exam and things like that. So, matagal ma-acquire yung work permit mo. Tapos, contractual siya. Depende sa'yo at depende sa school mo. So, let's say, for example, ang nakasaad sa contract mo, usually 1 year siya. Yeah, usually 1 year siya. For example, ang start ng school year is May 2021 to May 2022. Yun ang contract mo. So, ganun ang nangyayari. So, nakadepende sa school or sa'yo kung mag-i-stay ka pa or kung pag-i-stayin ka pa nila. Yeah. Pero madami naman akong mga kakilala na sobrang tagal na nila sa school nila. Merong mga Pilipino dito na 15 years, 20 years na sa school nila. Depende na lang din yan sa performance mo or kung masaya ka ba talaga din sa school mo. And we also have what we call probation period here. After 3 months, yan, pwede ka nang ma-permanent, pwede ka nang mga regular, and sometimes they give you increase as well. Next is, do you have a hiring now? Well, since pasimula pa lang yung school year namin, there are actually a lot of schools looking for teachers, especially now. You know what, nagkakakulangan talaga ng teachers here sa Thailand kasi nga, kokonti ang mga foreigners na pumapasok dito. And ang Thailand nagde-depend sa mga foreigners para ituro ang English subject sa mga schools nila. Now, since nagkaroon ng pandemic, restricted ang mga tao na pumapasok dito, kaya yan, nagkakakulangan ng mga teachers. So, madaming job position, pero kukunti lang din yung tao para mag-fill in dun sa mga job positions na yon. Now, when is the hiring season? Now, in a normal year, before COVID, I was told that the normal hiring season here in Thailand is usually after every sem. So, they start their semester May, and then it's all going to end on October. And then, of course, October, yan, onwards, hiring season yan. And then, mag-hire na naman ulit sila. And then, mag-end yung school year on April. And then, hiring na naman ulit sila. Yan. So, one school year here in Thailand is composed of 2 semesters. In the Philippines, we have like first grading, second grading, third grading, fourth grading, right? But in here, it's like college. They have first semester and second semester. Tikman natin tong burger, guys. This is a chicken burger. Yeah. Very peppery siya. Carry lang. I like it. I like pepper. Now, so next question. Quarantine facility or yung magagastos mo when you enter Thailand during the time of pandemic. Well, based sa mga posts na nababasa ko, usually ang mga Pilipino is naglalabas sila ng like around 180,000 to 300,000 pesos. Because mahal yung quarantine facility, to be honest. Because I was browsing online. And usually, 14-day quarantine facility costs like around 50,000 baht. 50,000 baht is equivalent to 50,000 times 1.61 is equivalent to 80,000 pesos. And then you still need to buy COVID travel insurance. And then, of course, your plane ticket. And then you still need to do the swab test and everything like that. So it's really not cheap to come here in Thailand. But if it's like normal, like what I did in the past, you know what, guys? I only brought 15,000 pesos here, excluding my plane ticket, of course. So I bought a 2-way plane ticket because if you're going to come here as a tourist, you cannot just buy 1-way. Otherwise, magtataka yung immigration officer. Why are you just going to buy 1-way airplane ticket? I thought you're just a tourist in Thailand. And of course, kapag tourist ka is babalik ka sa bansa mo or uuwi ka, diba? So I bought 2-way or a round trip plane ticket that costed 7,000 pesos back then. So it's really cheap. And then the pocket money that I had with me is only 15,000 baht. 15,000 pesos. It is not a lot, to be honest. Some people bring 100,000, 300,000. I have my friend who brought 300,000 pesos with him. Sobra-sobra na yun, guys. Pero ako, swerte lang ako kasi I have my cousin here living na and I didn't have to pay for a house. Of course, if you come here at wala kang kakilala, you need to rent a house, you need to pay a deposit and things like that. And magsasettle ka pa, you really need a lot of money just to be sure. But since I have my cousin living here, nakitira muna ako sa kanya, and I was also lucky that just a few days, like a matter of days, I already got a job. Meron yung mga iba dyan na like months na, especially yung mga dumating dito ng time ng pandemic, na bakante sila ng 5 buwan. And of course, if wala kang trabaho, wala kang perang gagastusin. Kaya dapat meron ka talagang extra money. I was just really lucky that I came here. I found a job right away. I have a cousin who would help me. So yeah, if meron kayong kakilala dito, mas makakatipid kayo if they are willing na patirahin kayo sa tirahan nila. And of course, the good thing about knowing someone here is that merong makakatulong sa inyo. Like, magre-refer sa inyo ng mga school na may hiring and those kinds of things. Yeah. So, for the next question is, where do you find job postings? Now, the number one is through Facebook. We have a page called SWD Kapamilya. I will try to put a screenshot somewhere around the screen. Doon, it's a Filipino community. Madaming Pilipino doon na nagpo-post ng mga job listings, ng mga hiring ng mga schools. And then, on TikTok as well. Like, recently, I've been using TikTok a lot and I've seen a lot of teacher TikTokers na nagpo-post ng mga job vacancy doon. And then the next one is you can also go through adjourn.com. Yan talaga yung pinupuntahan ng mga gusto magtrabaho or gusto mag-apply here in Thailand. Particularly yung mga native speakers na tinatawag natin. Okay? When we talk about native speakers and non-native speakers pala, native speakers refer to those people that live in America and the UK, where English is actually their native language. When we talk about non-NES or non-native English speakers, this refers to Europeans, this refers to Canadians. Ito yung mga tao na nanggaling sa mga bansa na hindi talaga English yung first language nila, and Filipinos are classified as non-native English speakers. And since we already talked about NES and non-NES, of course, nagva-vary ang salary ng mga teachers dito. Depende sa qualification mo. Although hindi naman talaga kailangan na meron kang work experience, it's still an advantage for you. Like, I've had a few colleagues in the past. They've been working here in Thailand for quite some time already. And of course, meron sila ng edge, kumbaga. Kasi mas matagal na silang nagturo dito sa Thailand, and of course, alam na nila yung pasikot-sikot at kung ano yung gagawin nila. And some schools are actually giving increase depending on your qualification. Some schools, like for example, 5 years yung work experience mo, they will give you additional 5,000 baht sa salary mo. Now, let's talk about salary. When I first started working here in Thailand, which is way back 2019, my starting salary is only 18,000 baht. If you're going to compute that in Philippine peso, 1 Thai baht is equal to 1.61 peso. So let's compute 18,000 times 1.61. The salary is 28,980. Honestly, it's enough kung hindi ka naman magastos. Nakakapagpadala pa ako sa pamilya ko nun somehow. But if you're someone na gusto nang bili ng ganito, gusto nang bili ng ganyan, it's really not enough for you. But the good thing about being a teacher in Thailand is madaming sideline. Usually, mas kumikita pa ng malaki ang mga teachers sa mga sideline nila kumpara dun sa actual job nila. Like my friend, madami siyang tutor. You can work in a learning center or you can have your private tutor. Yan, madaming mga batang nagpapa-tutor here sa Thailand. Very focused talaga ang mga parents. Very invested talaga sila sa pag-aaral ng mga bata dito. Kaya alam nyo ang mga bata dito, matatapos ang klase nila ng like around 5 p.m. After 5 p.m., diretso pa ang mga yan sa learning center. Kaya usually nakakauwi na ang mga yan ng mga 9 p.m. na. So, biruin nyo yun. Nag-i-invest talaga ng extra na pera ang mga magulang dito para matuto ang mga bata. Yan. So, dyan kumikita ng malaki ang mga teacher dito. Nakadepende pa din yun kung makakahanap ka ng learning center mo or ng private tutor mo. But as for me, hindi ako nag-tutor because, you know, money can't really buy my relaxation. Like, my me time is my me time. So, every Saturday and Sunday, I don't do tutors. I just stay at home. I try to relax because being a teacher is already exhausting as it is. It's like, it's a fulfilling job in a way that nakikita mo na natuturuan mo yung mga bata at saka nasi-share mo yung knowledge mo sa kanila. But it's stressful because it's not everyday gustong makinig ng bata sa'yo. And Filipinos can get a salary as high as 35,000 baht here in Thailand. Pero nakadepende na yan kung meron ka bang master's degree, meron ka bang PhD. But meron region here in Thailand is in the northeast of Thailand. They call it the Isan region. Doon matataas ang sweldo ng mga teacher doon kasi it's very far from Bangkok. And madaming Pilipino na nagtuturo doon. Okay, and yung ating Q&A, mukbang. Try natin tong Oreo pie from McDonald's. I don't know if you have it in the Philippines, but it looks interesting, right? So it looks like this one. Ang kanyang pastry ay color brown, not the typical color of your pastry. And although hindi na siya ganun kainit, which is sad. But it's alright. It's good. It's not too sweet. And yeah, lasang Oreo siya. Yan. And the crust as always is very flaky, so I like it. And meron pa siyang mga chunks ng Oreo biscuit, so it's good. Ayan, I already cleaned up because it's already getting messy sa frame natin. And now let's end this Q&A with an advice for you guys. So for those of you who are aspiring to work as a teacher here in Thailand, I would suggest that if you don't have the money or the resources na magbayad ng 180 to 300,000 pesos now, might as well just wait na maging normal na ulit. Because as of now, Thailand is already vaccinating its people, and hopefully by the end of the year or the first quarter of 2022, mag-open na ulit sila sa tourists. Because honestly, very affected ang Thailand na hindi na pumapasok ang mga turista dito sa bansa nila. Because isa sa mga pinagkukuhanan nila ng kita nila is yung mga tourist na pumapasok dito. So, simula nang nagkaroon ng COVID, of course, wala nang mga tourist masyado dito. And nahirapan din talaga yung ekonomiya nila. Kaya talagang they are really trying to speed things up na as much as possible, bumalik na lahat sa normal, but slowly and in time. So, yun lang. While waiting, mag-ipon muna kayo dyan. Enjoy nyo muna ang Pilipinas. Because if you are already here in Thailand, somehow ma-homesick kayo. Like, for me, I like being independent. But of course, living away from your family sometimes can get too sad. So I hope that I was able to answer all of your questions regarding being a teacher here in Thailand. If you have further questions, just feel free to ask me and I will try to answer them in another video. I hope that you enjoyed our mukbang Q&A for today. Although hindi talaga siya masyadong mukbang, talagang sagot-sagot lang ng mga tanong. But anyway, this has been Leila from Thailand. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on our next one. Bye! Stay safe! Moonlight, you're my starlight. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me. I take you.